This is Manama Rosie. By now, you guys know who this is. It's time for Don't Tell Nobody. Boo! And have you ever told somebody something that's supposed to be a secret? And the next thing you know, your business is in the streets. That's why I recommend that you don't tell nobody nothing that you don't want nobody else to know. Because people are good about telling your business in the street. For example, one time I borrowed not a lot of money, it was $226 from a good friend of mine named Jesse. Excuse me. And Jesse said he wouldn't tell a soul. He promised Manama Rosie that he wouldn't tell nobody. And the next thing you know, everybody in the streets knew my business. So from then on, I said, I'm not going to tell nobody nothing. And I know you've told somebody something, things that you know that you shouldn't have never told them. But you told them anyway. Because you thought you can trust in people. And the only person you can trust in is right here. Right here. You trust in, excuse me. You can always trust in God. You can always trust in Jesus. That's why I recommend everybody should read the Holy Bible. This is my new Bible. Excuse me. This is my new Bible my great-great-grandson, James Council, bought Manama Rosie. And I just love that boy to death. I raised that boy. He was born in the project. He had about 17 brothers and sisters. Don't tell nobody. And I'm so proud of him because he grew up to be a minister. And he's out there in Louisiana. And he bought this bad book for me. For Manama Rosie. And on the inside, excuse me, he put, in badly need of a Bible. But don't tell nobody. I knew I was in need of a Bible. He knew I was in need of a Bible. But y'all didn't know I was in need of a Bible. That's why I decided to tell y'all. Because if I tell y'all not to tell, next thing you know, my business is in the street. Everybody knows. Manama Rosie in the need of a Bible. And I want to say to everybody that he's right, because everybody should read your Bible every night. Because God wants everybody to be sanctified and sacrificed and satisfied. And if you don't read your Bible, you're going to miss one of those. You might be sanctified and sanctified, but you may not be satisfied with the end result. That's why read your Bible. Do you hear me, boys and girls and young folk? I know. I'm 102 years old. Excuse me. But don't I look good? Ooh, let me cover up. Somebody's gonna see me. Oh yeah, men still look at old women just cause I'm 102 years old. Don't mean they don't look. And I want them to look. But I don't want them to look at the way you think I'm gonna look at them. Because if they're looking at me the wrong way, I gotta tell somebody. But anyway, I like to read the Bible every night before I go to bed. And you should read the Bible every night before you go to bed. Because if you don't read the Bible, chances are you're going to get in a lot of trouble and things are not going to go your way. And when things don't go your way, the first thing you want to tell somebody is, I got problems. Big problems. But don't tell nobody. So, my hair. I forgot to get my wig out of the shop today, so my hair, everybody know that Manama Rosie don't have no hair. But you don't need to have hair. Don't tell nobody I don't have hair. For those that don't know, don't tell nobody. But you don't need hair. I got enough facial hair. Look at this. Some people say I had my morphines are going good. My hormones, my morphine, or whatever you call it. Did I say morphine? Whew, I must be getting old. but don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody nothing. So the lesson for today is that if you didn't want the job, children, you shouldn't have taken it. Don't go filling out a John Blind application if you're not going to take the job and if you're not going to do a good job. You got that? Boo! I'm just playing. But I've got to get back in the television business and show business because this is what the good Lord put me on earth to do. To get in the show business, to tell my life story. And that's what I intend to do tonight, is to tell my whole story. I'm 102 years old, but don't tell nobody. And my story started off in 1911. I was raised on a farm, and I was married to a guy named Roscoe. And I really do miss Roscoe. Roscoe was a mess. And I know he was chasing old women folks back then in the fields, and he used to go by and pick up Sister Idell and my other sister Flossie. And he think I don't know. But until this day, right now, I know that Roscoe was messing around on me. That's right. And he would tell Sister Flossie and Sister Idell, he would say, look here, whatever we do, keep it between us. Don't tell nobody. So one day my sister Flossie came to me and she said, Rosie? I said, eh? So that's how we talk back in the days. And we never say yes or what. And I got something to tell you. I said, what is it, Idell? She said, Roscoe has been making passes at me. But don't tell nobody. I said, wait a minute. You mean my husband Roscoe Hill has been making passes at you? Are you serious? She said, yeah, but you gotta promise not to tell nobody. So time went on, and I knew what Roscoe was doing. I never trusted him because when he first met me, he had a wife, and he was cheating on her. Now, once a man cheats, a man always going to cheat. He's never going to stop. Excuse me. If you try it once, you can try it again. And he do it all the time, and then it become repetitious. But I pretend like I didn't know it. So one day Roscoe came home. I said, hi, Roscoe, how you been doing? He said, I'm not in a good mood, Rosie. Don't mess with me. I said, yeah. I said, Roscoe, do you really love me? Roscoe said, yeah, I love you, but don't tell nobody. I said, well, the world sure knows you love me. And I don't know why in the world you don't want everybody to know that you love me, because Roscoe, I know deep down inside you love me. And you would never cheat on me with nobody, would you? And Roscoe got quiet. What you talking about, woman? Nah, you would never cheat on me, Roscoe. I don't even have to worry about me telling nobody, because I know you wouldn't. Because you love me deep down inside, and I know there's a lot of pretty women out there in temptation. Like, I got some pretty sisters. Idell, Flossie, they look good. Woman, I don't know what you're getting at. I'm not getting at nothing, Roscoe. Why are you getting on the offensive end, Roscoe? I don't know. It seems like you assuming that excuse me. Seems like you're assuming that I've been messing around on you. No, Roscoe, I know you're not, because you're a holy, righteous man. And God said, do not do adultery, do not lie, do not steal. That's in the 10 Commandments, Roscoe. And I know you wouldn't do nothing like that. No, I wouldn't do nothing like that. But if you did, don't tell nobody. Oh, you wouldn't have to worry about me telling nobody. Why? Somebody else already told on you, Roscoe. And that's what I want to talk to you about. My sister Idell. I know how you've been watching her, Roscoe. You've been watching her and watching my sister Flossie. You watch all the women. Every time we out in the cucumber field picking those cucumbers and they bent over, you watching them. And I know the dresses are long. Roscoe, you get way down like this. You be trying to look up and pretend you dropped something. But I'm going to tell you something, Roscoe. Excuse me. If I ever catch you cheating on me, I'm going to break all your ribs. Your spare rib, your ribs in your back. If you got ribs in your knee, I'm going to break that too. Because I cannot stand a cheating man. So I'm just going to warn you right now, Roscoe. And if I kill you, don't worry. I won't tell nobody. I just tell them you fell asleep at the horse. You were riding a horse and buggy, and you fell asleep. And that was old Roscoe. Roscoe died on me about 25, 30 years ago. And he was a fine man, too. He was a man, fine, tall, 6'7", good hair, smoked cigarettes, though, like they was going out of style. He smoked so many cigarettes, I was ashamed of his breath. His breath smelled like tobacco. Excuse me. But I said not to tell nobody. So maybe your man has been cheating on you and you don't want to tell nobody. But the best thing and the righteousest thing to do is go to God and ask for forgiveness. You got to ask for forgiveness. If you've been cheating on your woman or your man or your spouse or your girlfriend or whatever you might be, you should ask for forgiveness. Because God said, forgive those who don't trust and trespass for those against those who didn't forgive for forgotten what they did. I think that's what he said in the Bible. I think that was in Proverbs 1:18 or what? No, Proverbs 1:18 said, trust in God, not in man. Boo! Because if you trust in man, man's not good. So those are some of the parts of the good old days. I want to talk to y'all about the good old days. And, you know, some of y'all had some good old days. And, you know, I'm getting right old right now. I'm going on 103 years old. My birthday is coming up. I'll be 103 years old. Excuse me. And I don't have no aches and pains like most people because I don't believe in medication. No medication. Medication is bad for you. I don't have no disease. I don't have no arthritis, no diabetes. I don't have no gout, no neuropathy, fibromyalgia, lupus, leukemia. I'm healthy as a horse. But don't tell nobody. Because if you tell somebody how good I feel, they gonna want me to do some work for them. So sometimes I act like I'm sick. That's why I got a cane. I don't need this cane. I can shout upset him. I go to church and I shout. But that's, let me cover up, somebody's watching me. But just in case I do get pains, I got my own remedy. Snake oil. It's called Manama 23 snake oil. And I use this stuff religiously. And you should. Stop going to the doctors and believing in these doctors. The only thing the doctors believe in is money. Money, money, money. Excuse me. You don't need no medication because all medication have is too many side effects. Could cause bleeding, could cause ulcers, could cause this, could cause that, could cause death. So Manama Rosie don't believe in no medication. This is my snake oil formula, and you should try it. You don't have to buy it, you should try it. For $1.99, I can cure your aches and your pains. Boo! You don't believe that, do you? Just try me. I ran across a woman the other day. She had arthritis in both knees. She was walking with, she had 2 walking canes like this. And I sprayed her knees, gave her 3 or 4 sprays of Mamon's snake oil. Next thing you know, she was doing a cartwheel. But don't tell nobody. Well, that's been my episode today of Mamon's story, and I got a lot of more stories I want to tell y'all about the good old days. Well, oops, let me cover up, because like I said, somebody's always trying to watch you. So if you got something that you want to keep a secret, don't tell nobody, because if you tell somebody, everybody's going to know. And there's nothing worse than everybody knowing your business. I wrote a song about this. Don't tell nobody. Lord, don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. Don't you tell nobody, because somebody gonna know. Lord, have you ever told somebody? Have you ever told somebody? Have you ever told somebody? And now everybody knows. Well, don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. Don't you tell nobody, because somebody gonna know. So if you tell somebody, they gonna tell somebody else. Then the word get around. The next thing you know, everybody's in your business. So on behalf of Manama Rosie and the whole crew and my snake oil, don't forget, if you get aches and pains, take your snake oil. Now I want to leave this night like I always do, and I want to, I want to read a verse from the Bible. So right now, we're going to go to the Bible, and Manama Rosie's just going to pick a chapter at random, see. And this is King James Version, New Testament, King James. I like King James. And this is going to be the stories of the creation. And I like to always start randomly, just walk my way, let my finger do the words, walking through the words through the book, because you never find out. There might be something there that sounds good. And this is a Solomon. You got to be wise in life. See, Solomon requests wisdom. So in the Chronicles 2, verse 1, it says, Now Solomon, the son of David, was strengthened in his kingdom. And the Lord his God was with him and exalted him exceedingly. And Solomon spoke to all Israel, to the captains of thousands of people, and of hundreds to the judges, and to every leader in Israel, the heads of the father houses. And it says in verse 3, Then Solomon and all the assembly with him went to the high place. That's way up. Almost they went to heaven. That was at Gibeon. For y'all that don't know what Gibeon is, look it up. You'll be surprised. Don't tell nobody. For the tabernacle of the meeting with God was there, which Moses, the servant of the Lord, had made in the wilderness. But David had brought up the ark of God from Jerusalem to the place of David, had prepared it, for he had pitched a tent. Now some of y'all might look at that the wrong way, as pitching a tent. For it at Jerusalem. Now the bronze altar the Bezalel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, had made, he put before the tabernacle of the Lord. Solomon and the assembly saw him there. And Solomon went up there to the bronze altar before the Lord. He must get ready to apologize, which was at the tabernacle of the meeting. That's right, there's all kinds of tabernacles and people putting up tents and having prayer. There are some cities that need prayer more than others. Offer thousands of burnt offerings on it. In other words, they got money. So what I say to you about everything I just said is that if you didn't understand what I said, then you should read your Bible. Again, it's Chronicles 2, verses 1 through 6. And I'm going to end on the verse 7. It said, on that night, God appeared to Solomon. Yeah, he let Solomon know that he's still God, that he's still in control. And said to him, ask, why shall I give you? And Solomon said to God, you have shown great mercy, God, to David my father, and I have made me king in this place. Now, O Lord, let your promise to David my father be established. In other words, God put his foot down and told him what you got to do. You got to do the right thing, you can't do the wrong thing. For you have made me king over people like the dust on the earth in multitude. Now give me the wisdom and give me the knowledge, that I may go out and come in before this people. For who can judge this great people of yours? In other words, God, give me the wisdom, the power, the strength, and of course you need the Bible to understand this, and I'll take hold. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children and childrettes, animals and mammals, and insects and bugs and bites, all I want to say to you guys is that Manama Rosie love you, and I love you dearly. So I want y'all to read the Bible every night and do the right thing. And if you make a mistake in life and you know you did something wrong, don't tell nobody, because everybody's going to know. Boo! Bye.
So sweet.